Now, there's a particular and very poignant irony in creating a work of theater which is so dependent on vision, about the loss of vision. So how are you going to convey that experience of vision loss to your seeing audience?
Well, this is a great question, and my first go at it, I thought, well, we'll provide the non-seeing audience with, or those of limited or impaired vision, we'll provide them with headphones, and I'll provide an alternative. There'll be a narrative that's accompanying their experience that's of this piece. And the more I thought about this, the more disturbed I got. I just didn't, it wasn't sitting well with me. And generally, I'll let an idea sit, and if it still is bothering me, I know something's wrong, and I have to fix it. And then I really gave it some hard thought. Eventually, I said, why is this bothering me? And I couldn't think of it for the longest time. And then finally I realized, oh my, this is exactly, we're putting them in a different room. We're just basically, this is always the case. They're marginalized. We're marginalizing them in the audience. We're putting these headphones on and cutting them off from the crowd. We're saying, you know, you're fundamentally having a different experience than we are. And so I thought the point is not to make them comfortable in this environment. The point is to share, to have this be a shared experience. And I thought yes, we need a narrative. We need that narrative, but I think it should be everybody's experience. So now I'm attempting to rather than have them on headphones, I'm thinking everybody is going to have this narrative. Everybody is going to have this alternative description of what's going on. So they'll see, many of them will see what's going on at the same time they're hearing a description of what's going on. And I'm very curious to see, I've already made a couple of inroads into that. But there are going to be some very interesting problems poetically in weaving those two together. Also, I'm doing a thing with light. And because I have this ongoing description now, I can occasionally dim the lights way down so that things are barely visible. And they're being described to you, but you can barely see them, or sometimes not at all. And so you might be plummeted into darkness at any moment during the piece. So you get that sense of, and macular degeneration is all about this progressive kind of blindness that happens. The center of your vision starts to go. And various other forms of blindness don't happen all at once. They're progressive disease. So I want to get that sense of, you know, you're being progressively challenged throughout the piece. And so the first act is kind of a descent in little fits and starts into darkness. And so we'll occasionally, there's a lambency to the light where it will occasionally just dip way down, and sometimes there'll be little holes in scenes where we don't see, but it's narrated to us. And then it'll be revealed again. So they'll have that sense throughout that they're being deprived of light, and then the light's coming back. And so they get that sense of, this is ephemeral. The light could go out at any moment. So to give that sense. Also, we have now, one of the things I did too, I started thinking,